Hey everyone, DJ Benji here. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about the prestigious AlphaTheta, Pioneer DJ, whatever you want to call it, XDJ AZ, which is the latest release from Pioneer DJ / AlphaTheta. Is it AlphaTheta or is it AlphaTheta? And is it a DJ AZ or is it a DJ AZ? XDJ, is it an XDJ AZ or an AZ? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I'm from the UK, so I call it an AZ, right? So let me tell you a little story. I've been very, very, very excited about this piece of equipment for a long, long time. You know when you kind of know that they're just due to sort of like upgrade something. I'll be honest with you, I was saving up a little bit of money. I was looking at perhaps buying the 3000s, and at the same time I was thinking 3000s are a bit dear. You know, you got two 3000s, you'd be looking at spending what? I mean, the current price here in the UK is £2,150 each, so that would be £4,300 that you'd have to drop, and that's quite a lot of hours work for most people, including myself. And I think that's probably why I never actually invested in a set of Pioneer DJ 3000, CDJ 3000s. And I'd also looked at, you know, second-hand 2000 Nexuses, but, you know, it's like when you buy something second-hand, hopefully it's been a good owner, but you're never quite sure. And, you know, after all the years of me working in nightclubs and different events and what have you, for me, it's like I know that these things can go wrong. CDJs, you know, if you have a club install, it's a good idea to get them, to get the lasers changed every single year, because things can go wrong. Because if the lasers are not reading the CDs correctly, then, you know, that can cause skipping and stuff, and when you mix in, that might disrupt the dance floor. But anyway, that's another subject altogether. I mean, who uses CDs anymore, to be honest? When was the last time you used a CD? It's funny actually, because I was looking for a specific song which I had on a CD years and years and years ago when I was driving around in my little Citroen AX, which is the first car that I had. I had a jungle CD, and it had a song on it that I remember listening to, and the other day it was my sister's birthday, and as we came back from the party I had a pirate radio station on in the car, and I started singing this song, and my girlfriend looks at me and goes, well, this isn't the song. I was like, yeah, I know, but I used to have this mix CD with this song, and the next song that came in was Ray Keith, Every Man, and as soon as I came home, I was like, I need to find out what that song is. So I looked and looked and looked and looked. Anyway, back to what we are looking to do today. So I'm going to go on the Pioneer website. Okay, let's go back here. So on Pioneer DJ UK. So what's interesting about it is the XDJ AZ, the 4-channel professional all-in-one system. It's there first thing on the website, but it is under the AlphaTheta / AlphaTheta branding. All right. So let's just look at some of these pictures because it looks quite sexy. We'll just zoom in a little bit there. So you can see it's got this big, massive screen. You know, it's got this. It's got these lovely platters to which we'll have a little. We'll just zoom in a little bit. Look at that. So we can look. And basically, this has got everything combined that you'd find in two CDJ 3000s and a DJM A9. This is the equivalent, right? With a few extra bits, right? You got your performance pads, you got your track search, more looping functions, etc. You know, you've got the mic and the talk over function, which we'll talk about in a bit. You know, you've got these four decks that you can mix off of. So yeah, I think the main draw for me on this one is that, like I said, I was looking at saving up for some CDJs, and I was going to bite the bullet at some point. I think maybe this has been a bit of a godsend for me because, you know, if I was to buy 4 decks, four CDJ 3000s, then that would be double the money. So that would be £8,600, right? Which is an awful lot of laborious work for myself, you know. And that's a lot of hours for anyone to work, right? And you know, 8,600 for 4 decks, and then you've got the mixer, which is £1,800, 2,000, whatever. You know, it's 10 grand to drop on a DJ setup, and that's all well and good. Don't get me wrong. If you're one of these high-flying DJs that's playing in out every single day, you know, in these top clubs, getting £100,000 a set or whatever. But if you're just your normal working DJ and you're just playing in normal clubs, or you're doing events or something like that, 10 grand is not the one, because the whole year's gone by and yet you haven't made any money profit, right? And without that, you know, you've got to get your speakers, and you've got to get your lighting rig, and then you've got to, you know, get your van and put your petrol or diesel in your van and all that kind of stuff. So it's just not the way. Let the clubs pay for it. Let the clubs pay for it. But then again, here in the UK, cost of living crisis, apparently there's about 30 clubs a month, so like one a day basically shutting down. So anyway, but that's their own fault. That's another subject, really. I think that clubs are basically closing down because there was a company called Luminar Leisure. And again, I'm going a little bit off topic here. We'll get back to the DJ AZ in a sec. But there was a company called Luminar Leisure, right? And what Luminar did was completely mess up the clubbing culture for absolutely everyone. If you are the person watching this that run Luminar Leisure, we don't like you. And what Luminar Leisure did was they were the ones that started doing like all the 80s and 90s party cheese style things, which is all good. But what they done as well as that was, because they had like 80 venues, 90 venues, whatever it was across the UK, they done these things where it was like £1 a drink, and you know, they rely on being at capacity, and they'd make maybe a penny on each drink. But if you've got 2,000 people in the venue, then yeah, you'd make money, obviously, right? And that's how they done it. But the thing is, right, if I'm playing cheesy music in my bar and you're playing cheesy music in your bar, and my drinks are 99p, there's only one way that you can compete, and that is on, of course, price. So then what happens is you're going to reduce your prices to 98p, and then I reduce mine to 97, 96, and then before long we've killed each other because neither of us are making money. And that was the problem. Now some people might say, oh yeah, it's the smoking ban killed the nightclubs. I think that might have had something to do with it, but I don't think that is the main reason, because I think nowadays a lot of people know the dangers of smoking, and I think the idea of people smoking cigarettes has really, really declined. Anyway, let's get back to the let's get back to the XDJ AZ on the Pioneer website. All right, so we've got this here. We're just looking at some photos. Just going to zoom in. We've got the next one here. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant, to be fair. Look, you can see that you've got you've got all the color effects and the parameters. And one of the things I like about this specifically is that you can click on this button here for the mixer settings. You can hit the beat effects on the low, mid or high frequency. That is quite cool. And you can choose them on different channels and stuff like that. And then you've got this time, and then you've got your traditional sort of like on and off switch for the effects. I mean, this looks like a really, really great unit, to be fair. Let's just zoom in here, what we've got here. Yeah, you got your pairing for the Sonic Link, another big plus, another first. You got the Sonic Link headphones, which is great. And you've got both. You've got the jack and the smaller jack. Yeah, you've got the different color effects there. It's actually really, really cool. I mean, and for the price point, here in the UK, it's £2,799 or thereabouts, depending on where you buy it from. And it's an absolutely fantastic unit. I think, you know, bearing in mind it's got CDJ 3000 jog wheels and a DJM A9 mixer, all in one for that price. It's just an absolute no-brainer. And to be honest, they really have got the design code on this one quite nice. I mean, it's looking super sexy. It's gone to USB-C now, which, you know, all devices I think have to be USB-C now, which is great. I mean, you've got the master output there. You've got your balanced output, and you've got your traditional RCA. And it's really good. You've got the booth there. You've got the ground signal, so if you wanted to plug in a set of cross 12s or Technics 1210s or any other turntable, plug those in. And we got the line and phono cables on the back. The line and phono inputs for either of those. So if you want to stick another set of CDJs in or another set of turntables, I've already said that. And you've got 2 balanced mic inputs, which is absolutely brilliant, right? You've got that lovely, sexy big screen. Anyway, let's have a look at the specifications. Right, so specifications. Right, so dimensions at the top here. So it's 895 times 501.4 times 1.33.4 millimeters. Yeah, and that's got that in inches, of course, but nobody uses inches, right? Weight 13.5 kilograms. A bit on the heavy side, I'd admit, but again, if you're carrying around 2 CDJs and a mixer, it's going to be the same, right? But to be honest, you know, if you can't lift 15, if you can't lift 13 kilos, then you need to go to the gym, to be honest, to practice that. Frequency response, what we got? 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, right? USB. So that's your full range of hearing. I mean, most humans can't hear up to 20,000 hertz. 20 kilohertz, most humans can't hear, and you certainly can't hear 20 hertz. That would be more like in the chest that you'd feel, you know. Signal to noise ratio is 115 decibels, and that's on the USB. Total harmonic distortion 0.0018% through the USB. So the accessories, you get the power cord, you get the quick start guide, precautions for use, safety first guys, and you also get the warranty for some regions. All right, compatible software, so we have Rekordbox for Mac and Windows and Serato Pro coming in 2024, and you also got Rekordbox for iOS and Android. Terminals we've already discussed. You've got your inputs, you've got your line, phono, you've got 2 times RCA, you've got 2 times mic through XLR, 1/4-inch TRS jack, you've got your outputs, which is the master and the booth and the phones. And then you've got 2 times USB A ports, and you've got the USB Type-C one, yeah? And then you've got the LAN port, which is just one. A lot of people have been moaning about that, but do you need 2? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, right? Same with the USB input. If you've got 2 DJs on a laptop, I think it's essential nowadays. If you're a laptop DJ, you need to bring a USB key as a backup. Normally when I'm going to gigs, I take my own controller, which is currently the Flex 10, and I have used other controllers as well. I used to have a DDJ 1000 SRT, which is a great piece of kit, by the way, and was a great piece of kit, but I sold it and got the Flex 10, which is also a great piece of kit. But what I was going to say is, like, it's nice to have the two USB the USB-C ports for your laptop. But I think as a minimum nowadays, you need to bring a USB key. Most mixers, if you're on your laptop, they've got the if you've got the Pioneer Club Kit on Serato or Rekordbox, like, you just plug the USB into the back of the mixer, and then you can just play there. And then what you do is you have two USB keys, and then you put the Serato or Rekordbox control signal as a MP3 or WAV file on the root directory of your USB key, and that is the workaround. So if any equipment fails, you can still play, right? And on those USB keys, by the way, you should definitely have the top 40 tunes that plus the best dance music and the best whatever genre that you're playing, hip hop, classics, whatever. So even if your equipment fails, you can still play, because then that way you can still get your money at the end of the night, right? So two USB ports for laptop input. I don't think that's a problem. Just put USB key in, play a little bit, then plug your laptop in, and then you can use that anyway. I think the way everything is heading is less and less laptop for DJing anyway. You've got iPhone, Android, iPad capabilities now. So anyway, more and more people, I think, in the next few years are going to start using solutions such as Algorithm and other solutions like that, because they are fantastic with their music streaming coming off the internet. I think that's a very, very, very smart idea. So anyway, and when was the last time you plugged into a LAN cable? All right, yeah. You could use like the Pioneer ProLink or whatever it's called. Brilliant. So it's got Bluetooth version 5.3, compatible codecs, SBC and AAC, Sonic Link. Okay, 2.4 gigahertz. You got 4 channels. You got 4 USB storage device and 4 DJ controls. So you've got 4 deck control on there. Jog wheel was 206mm, and you got the jog feeling. You got sound color effects, which is dub echo. You've got the noise, sweep, filter, space, and crush. Fantastic that you've included that. So that is all the cool effects that you can use on the sweep buttons below the EQ, which is brilliant. Beat effects, we've got delay, echo, ping pong, spiral, reverb, transform, filter, triplet filter, flanger, phaser, roll, triplet roll, helix, and Mobius. All right, and there we go. So we can do view more, and then we can go on to the manual and everything. I have actually been reading the instruction manual, and I promise you, as soon as I get my as soon as I get my XDJ AZ, whatever you want to call it, as soon as I get it through the post, I'll be doing a full unboxing and review on that, and I will show you how to use it, because I'm reading the manual currently, and I will know every single feature about that, and I will do that in a video, and that will be coming as soon as I get mine, which I don't know currently. The supplier in the UK, every time you phone them up, it's like, well, I'm not sure when it's going to come. I've heard December the 17th, right in time for Christmas. If it is that, then fantastic, because I'm going to have a little bit of time off over Christmas where I can spend a little bit of time with it, so happy times. But anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know it's been a lot of me talking, but I don't actually have the unit here to show you, but I will do, and that will probably be one of my next videos. I've got a few other ideas for the channel coming up. I'm going to do a video soon on how to organise your music library, and another one on pitch riding. What is pitch riding? Because I've had conversation with 2 separate people about pitch riding, and that is brilliant. I've also got another video coming up where I'm going to do a little bit more scratching, and also there's going to be, unrelated to the DJing, but some more MPC videos, because the MPC 3.0 04 or whatever number beta is there, and I think that it's quite reliable, and I think with the MPC systems themselves we're almost ready for a release on that. So I'm going to be doing some stuff on that as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful, but make sure you keep coming back to the channel. And anyway, that's it. Hopefully you've had a good day, guys. Anyway, peace out. DJ Benji. Have a nice day.